So if you are an individual that seeks success in any form that it comes in, whether it's love, career, money, family, the American dream, or whatever they call it, then you have to look out for these people, right? You have to watch out for these people. There are some people out here that will tear down everything that you're trying to build. They will see hope as a threat. They will see your aspirations to manifest whatever your particular talent is as an assault on their own stability. So when that comes up, when you get those moments of inspiration or hope, or you feel high, or whatever, it's something in them that will make them want to break it down, right? Pull you away from those things. It's so crazy to see. In some situations, it's who they are, what they've been through, what sort of negative beliefs that they've taken on. And I truly do feel some empathy for them in that type of a situation. But in other situations, it's straight up manipulation, right? They're straight up manipulating you to bring you down so that you can never become the best version of yourself. I really hate to see it. You know, when I first started this topic for this video, I was kind of angry, but I'm calm now, you know. But I honestly just really hate to see it in the various different forms that it comes in. And it comes in many different forms. It's not just people close to you. It's not just relationships, right? It can also just be people that you listen to. Political media. That's why I really just haven't been able to watch certain people or get into politics, because there's so much poison out there. There's so many people out there, as I said, whether it's intentional or unintentional, whether they're being driven by their own darkness, ruled by whatever happened to them at some point in a destructive way, if they've been poisoned mentally, or if they're manipulating you into doing things that they know will destroy other parts of society. But they know that if they do that, if they manipulate you to do that, they can basically get paid for it. There's a lot of people out here that are getting paid to poison society. And maybe on some level, I can kind of understand it, right? Nobody cares. Nobody cares what happens to each other. So why not fuck each other over? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I'm thinking is the thought process, right? Like, who cares if, you know, we're poisoning the minds of society, of society to hate other people, as long as they give us what we need, right? Because I see this so often in so many different ways, man. And to me, it's such a massive blockage from what we could potentially be, right? The trafficking of hate, of confusion. Like, I was just talking to my barber about this today. The trafficking of confusion and it's so heavy out here. The trafficking of confusion, the monetization of confusion and hate is such a thing. And the thing about these types of people, whether they're, you know, close to you in the media, so on and so forth, is that they tend to lure you in with your lower self. What do I mean by that? They lure you in via lust, anger, hate, wrath, feeling incomplete, feeling like you're not enough. But of course, in some situations, they lure you in with something more positive, like your desire to have something good. And they lure you in with that, right? They bring you in with that, and then they lead you down the direction that they want you to go in. And in some situations, you know, say somebody doesn't feel very empowered, say they feel low value. They will lure you in with some sort of a fraudulent understanding of your low value. gain your trust. They will lead you out to make you feel empowered to hate other people, whatever group that is. So, when I say watch out for these people, I don't want to make it come off as if, we should hate these people or whatever. Some people go through stuff. Some people are impacted by things. And I hope that they get whatever healing that they need. I mean, I've dealt with stuff. I'm sure, if you're watching, you've probably dealt with things too. The type of person that I'm really talking about is somebody that is committed to chaos, not somebody that's dealing with something or whatever, but they're committed to tearing other people down. That's a problem. So if they're committed to it, don't try to change them. Just acknowledge like, yo, that's what you want to do. Cool. Because, even if you were to try to change somebody, if they don't want to change, in many cases, nothing's really going to happen, right? There's a scripture that I came across here recently. So in Philippians, I'm looking at my phone here. It says, "For I have told you often before, and I say it again with tears in my eyes, that there are many whose conduct shows they are really enemies of the cross of Christ. They are headed for destruction. Their God is their appetite. They brag about shameful things, and they think only about this life here on earth." Even 2,000 years ago, these mofos existed, right? To where they're ruled by whatever their appetite is, and their appetite might be tearing you down, right? That might be what they hunger for. It could be a sexual, lustful appetite. There are some people out here that are ruled by their appetites, their lower selves, their darkness so deeply that they will cross your path, and if you let them in, they'll come knocking on your door. If you let them in, they will destroy everything that you have. And as I said, it may not be intentional. It's just the type of life, the type of system that they have within themselves wreaks havoc wherever they go. Like a guy that's ruled by his lustful desires, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be working on baby mama number 27, you know what I'm saying? Not thinking about what it means to be a father in their lives, to be present, to build with them, to give them knowledge and wisdom and stuff like that. Playing catch. He may not have gotten that. He may have. It's so many different ways that this could go, and if people don't actually work on those things, then they become a wrecking ball in their own lives and in other people's lives and so on and so forth. And they'll be so deep within it that they won't see the different ways that they're destroying their own life, their own surroundings, their own family and everything else. I really hate to see it, in various forms, but it's out here, in that scripture, Philippians something. I mean, that was probably 2,000 years ago. This is not a new thing. This has been going on for a while. There have been people that just been led by whatever their desires are, and they will destroy everything that they come across. And you have to know and be aware. I forget what it is. It's like basically living between two worlds where, and it don't have to be literal, but it's just like aware that you have your human side, and then of course you got your soul or your mind or whatever, and you have to make the decisions instead of letting your flesh make the decisions for you. And some people, they get so far off into their flesh that they're just kind of on autopilot. They're making decisions based on whatever their flesh tells them, and that's how you get all these kids with no fathers or no mothers, or broken homes and different addictions and stuff. So I mentioned in this video a scripture which was Philippians 3:18 through 19 or 3:17 through 19. And it talks about how some of these people, their appetite is their God. And I was like, wait a second, I could throw in my book right here. You know, I could show it up, show whatever. Anyway, look, this is the book, Who is Your God? And it talks about, you know, different things that we're secretly ruled by within our lives that are dictating what we do, how we live, how we interact with certain things. So if this video has spoken to you, feel free to check out the book. All right, it's on Amazon.com in 3 different ways. It's Kindle, paperback, and hardcover. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up and let the video keep going. But yeah, expect more of these random conversations or random monologues or whatever you want to call them. I have a lot to say, but there's also other stuff coming too, so just be ready for that. All right, y'all have a good one. Stay safe. Watch out for these folks, man. They gonna take you down if you let them.